4 spots to number 6 in the AP poll. We'll certainly take a look back at the Nebraska game last Saturday. Look forward to Maryland. To take your questions all on Hawk Talk with Coach Bluder. And haven't seen you for a while.
I
How
know.
are you?
I've been gone the last couple times, out recruiting. Now, Jan's out recruiting tonight. So
I saw that.
Yeah, just taking turns,
It's tough to get around these days, isn't it?
Yeah, she had a little trouble today getting out of town. But she made it. She made it, so that was good.
It's that time of year, no doubt about it, Dan. Coach, obviously taking a look back at that Nebraska game, and after 2 huge road victories against Michigan State and then the big one at Ohio State.
Right.
We had a lot of fun talking about that with Jan last week. And it was great to get back home. A terrific crowd, over 13,000, almost 14,000 in tough weather conditions, too.
Yeah, that's amazing. When the Hawk fans come out, bad weather, and still nearly 14,000 people there. We are so thankful. I mean, it's really special, and it's special for recruiting. We had a recruit we really want there at that game, and she got to see that environment, and I think that blew her away. And so hopefully, that'll pay dividends, because it's not only helping us win games, it's helping us win recruits when we have this kind of a crowd. So thank you so much for everybody that braved the elements to come out and help us to get that victory.
Yeah, that's a good point, too, because it's not just that particular game with the crowd in there, but the overall program, isn't it? And to set the culture, because you're right, these kids are going to different schools across the country, and you don't see an atmosphere like that. And it's got to kind of wow them a little bit.
Yeah, I think it does. But, I really think that we started a trend. I mean, the Big Ten is really drawing well at a number of schools. For example, we played at Michigan, there was 10,000. Played at Ohio State, there's 10,000. Indiana just had 10,000 at their game. I think that we kind of made it cool. I really do. I think everybody was talking about Iowa basketball and how we were drawing, and they saw also that helps us get more TV exposure. For example, this week we're on ESPN. We were on Fox last weekend. Well, those people they want to have a product that's played at a really exciting venue like ours, and so it's helping us get television games as well. But I think it really has increased around the Big Ten quite a bit.
Yeah, that's a good point, too, because we've really played in some great venues so far this year, have in the past, will coming up here in the next several weeks. And when you do flip on the television and there's big games around the conference and around the country, there is a lot of hype, obviously, with what's going on, and the crowds are there. People are going in. I was in South Carolina a couple of weeks ago, and the hype down there.
Oh, yeah.
Believe me. I mean, it's what everybody is talking about, obviously, with the number 1 team in the country. But you're right. They know about Iowa down there. They know about Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
And it's become a national product.
Yeah, and South Carolina does lead the country in attendance, but we are number 2 right now with an average attendance of 10,201.
Pretty good.
That is very good. Yes, very good indeed.
Well, Coach, let's take a look back at that victory against Nebraska. And we talked on the pregame show that you look at Nebraska right there in the middle of the pack in the Big Ten, hovering right around a little bit below the 500 mark. But then you look at the roster and say, hey, this is a real capable team, and obviously a dangerous team, and one that would not go away.
Yeah, and a team that beat Maryland earlier in the year by quite convincing margin at Maryland. And so, we had the really slow start to this game. I really talked to our team today about it. I just felt like we were a little lackluster to begin the game. I don't know why. It was a noon game, which we play at 11 o'clock in Penn State this coming weekend, so we better be ready to go. And we have played 11 o'clock games before and played very well. So, I just challenged them to let's keep your routine the same. If we didn't have a shoot around that day, but we had breakfast together. And then do you go home? Do you, just sit around, or are you I'd say taking a brisk walk for, 10 minutes isn't a bad thing to help focus your mentally and to get your blood flowing a little bit, and instead of just sitting around and resting. I think it looked like that. Now, that could just be my opinion and not theirs, but that was my opinion. And, I thought, we had a slow start, got down 8-0, but we finished the first half better. We're still down 6 to end that first half, and then second quarter played very, very well in that second quarter, and then take a substantial lead going into halftime because of, excellent offense and defense that second quarter. Third quarter was pretty good too. We won that one by 6, and then the fourth quarter, they did win that fourth quarter. Yeah, we did not shoot the ball well that fourth quarter. We only had 2 field goals. We did get to the free throw line a lot. We had 8 free throws, but that was kind of strange. So it was like bookends, not very good, but the middle was pretty darn good.
Yeah, really good. That second quarter impressive, as you mentioned, 26-9, and then led by 18 late in the third quarter. And then credit Nebraska. They started to make some shots, kind of hurried the pace a little bit, I thought. And, sometimes tough to play with a 20-point lead with a quarter to go, but certainly did what you had to do down the stretch. And your free throw shooting, tremendous. Caitlin was 10 for 12, 18 of 22. Those are the numbers you want to see, right?
Yeah, I mean, we doubled up the free throws. They were 9 for 11, so they shot a great percentage as well, but only got to the free throw line 11 versus our 22 times. You look at Hannah Stalkey, who's worked so hard on her free throws. She was 4 for 5, and Monica was a perfect 3 for 3. Monica, again, just keeping up the unbelievable play. 7 for 10 from the field, 70%. That's 3 games in a row. I believe she's been over 70%. So she's only missed 5 baskets in the last 3 games. So not bad. And she also led us with 3 offensive rebounds. And, Caitlin flirted with another triple-double, which is absolutely amazing to think about. She obviously has enough points with 33. She has 12 rebounds, leads our team with 12 rebounds, 9 assists, so just 1 assist away. Also adds 3 steals to that. So Caitlin didn't shoot the ball as well this game as what we'd like to see. She shot well from 3. She was 42% from 3, but took some hard 2s. And we really try to stay away from taking hard 2s. It's really the shot that we like the least. And really everybody on our team shot well. You look at Monica, 70%. Adjusted-wise, Molly was 50. Kate was 62. Gabby was 50. So everybody on the team shot pretty well with the exception of Caitlin's numbers.
You mentioned Monica Sonano, 22 out of 24 combined at Michigan State and Ohio State. And then, as you mentioned, come into this game 7 out of 10. And these aren't wide open layups a lot of times either. She is in double teamed, in traffic, making a move, tough shots.
Oh, yeah. Double teamed a lot of times, lots of contact in there. She's amazing. I'm just so glad she came back, obviously, for this 5th year, and she is as well. And, so it's pretty exciting. And, if she keeps up these kind of numbers, I don't know. I mean, it's crazy. So that's 29 out of 34 the last 3 games. Yeah. That's pretty impressive.
You'll take that one.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
Rebounding was 43-32. You had 13 O boards.
Yeah.
Is there something that's taken place? Did a light go on here? The rebounding seems to be really, really good here, really all month. Yeah,
it's been good. And, again, we got 33% of offensive rebounds, and that's a good number. We held Nebraska to 16% offensive rebounds. I think part of it is that they are so scared of our transition. We are number 1 in the country in scoring in transition. And so I think people are so worried about that they don't crash. They get back to try to take away our transition, which limits their O boards. Again, they only had 16%. But for us to get 33% is very good. We didn't score off of our offensive rebounds as well as I would like to. In fact, we only had 7 second chance points. Nebraska only had 9 second chance points. So we got second chances, but I didn't really take advantage of them as well as what we usually do.
Seems like Monica, Kate, among others, Hannah, obviously a terrific rebounder, just get a hand on the ball. Tip it out, do something, just staying aggressive all the way through the play. Seems like, especially on the road, gave you some extra possessions.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And like you said, Hannah is so good at the offensive board. She only has 2 this game, which, is really pretty good. She plays 21 minutes and has 2 offensive rebounds. Molly Davis had 2. That was kind of strange because Molly Davis is somebody that sometimes we send back in transition, but this game we actually sent her to the boards, and she did a good job with it. But, yeah, I mean, when you have, out-rebound somebody 43-32, you're basically getting 11 more possessions to shoot the basketball. ball. And obviously, if you're both shooting the same, whoever shoots the best is going to get the nod. So, that's a great way to control how many times you shoot the ball. That and how you value the ball, the lower your turnovers are. We had 3 more turnovers than they did. So obviously that wasn't what we liked to see. But we had 18 assists on 27 baskets. 27 baskets is a little bit low for us.
Well, and the nice thing, too, is you didn't play your best 4 quarters, but still, it's a Big Ten victory at home, and you move on, right? You keep that streak alive.
Absolutely. That's 6 in a row, and I think Maryland's looking at 6 in a row coming in. So Thursday night, we got two games against each other, number 6 versus number 8. Both of us have won 6 in a row. Something's got to give. So I'm hoping home court, will really help us here, and we'll have a great crowd. It's a 7:30 game, so a little bit later on a weeknight, but not terrible by any means. This is a really important game. It's on ESPN. We would love to have a great crowd. So here's my call. Please come on out Thursday night, 7:30. We really need you in Carver. We'd love to have one of these weekend crowds of like 13,000 that we get, because I'm telling you, they don't draw like that at Maryland. And so it will really be to our advantage.
And Maryland playing right now.
Maryland's playing
Penn State.
Penn State and taking care of them pretty well.
But having to play on Monday and then turn around and come here on Thursday. And those are actually your next 2 opponents, because we'll head to State College over the weekend.
Yeah.
One thing, too, when you look at Molly Davis in that starting lineup now for the second straight time, Hannah's minutes have been over 20. Sydney's been doing a terrific job. To be able to have players that step up, maybe playing more minutes, a little bit different role with a starter down, that's got to make you feel good, too, that you have one of your best players not able to go, but yet still are able to win games.
Well, yes. When you take out your 3rd leading scorer and one of your I think you're our 3rd best rebounder, and somebody that does a great job shooting the ball from 3. I mean, McKenna's shooting 44% from 3-point range. She's second to Kate Martin, who's shooting 46% from 3-point range. Losing that's tough. McKenna shoots 51% from the field, and she's 6 foot, and she's physical. And Molly's been doing a great job, starting in her place. But Molly's also like 5'7", 5'6". So we're giving up a little bit of height there and a little bit of experience with our team, a little bit of defensive height, and that's probably where we notice the biggest difference is the rebounds and the defensive height, which we really, I don't know what's going to happen with McKenna. She hasn't practiced yet. I don't know. She really is day to day. We do not know if she'll be available for Thursday night or not.
Defensively, you've used a lot of defenses here the last 3 games in particular. What has worked? What have you liked? And has it basically been the type of team as far as a matchup is concerned?
It's a lot based on matchups. For example, in the Ohio State game, our best defense was a triangle and 2. And then Nebraska, we could not triangle 2, and then their 2 balances scoring. And so we were doing our matchup 2-3 zone, and that was our best defense against Nebraska. But it definitely is based on, the personnel of the other team. And then we track it on the bench, every possession defensively, how we did against it, so we know what's trending in the right direction, and so hopefully we can steer that way.
Yeah, obviously sometimes the game plan has to shift, doesn't it? You got to go to plan B and use multiple defenses.
That's right. We like to start in player. I just think if you start in zone, sometimes it's too passive to begin with. I kind of like to get our players, even if it's for a couple possessions and we want to play zone, we think that's the way to go, at least just get up and down the floor a couple times in player to player, and then before shift into a zone.
How do you feel like you've done against pressure defense? You've seen quite a bit here the last few weeks.
We have, and we're going to continue to see that again the next 2 games. So Maryland is a team that presses, and then Penn State obviously is a team that presses. And so, valuing the ball against that pressure defense is really important. Maryland not only presses, but in the quarter court, they play a little bit differently than other people in that they switch every single screen. Some people just switch 1 through 3 ball screens or 1 through 4 ball screens, but they switch every screen. Doesn't matter about, personnel or anything like that. And then they also will trap ball screens quite a bit, and they front the post. And so we haven't seen a lot of post front So that's a little bit different. So we have to prepare a little differently for this team.
All right, we are off and running here. Hawk Talk with Coach Bluder. If you want to jump in the conversation, please feel free to do so. 1-877-464-2957. 1-877-GO Hawks. If you have a question here at Bumps, feel free to come on up and ask it, and we'll get it to Coach Bluder. Attention Hawkeye fans who buy your own health insurance, Wellmark is on your side and on the health insurance marketplace. Let's give it up for plans you can afford. Check out wellmark.com/hoops to compare plans. Your years spent at the University of Iowa, some of the best times. Make your retirement years even better by coming home to Oaknall, proud sponsor of Hawk Talk and the land of the Hawkeyes. Oaknall is a not-for-profit life care, life plan community and has been part of the Iowa City community for over 55 years. It is a community that offers its residents an innovative, appealing lifestyle choice. What a gift it is to give yourself and your children the gift of life care and financial security. Oaknall, of course, a proud sponsor of Hawk Talk here at Bumps Restaurant. Call Steve Rowe, Executive Director, at 319-351-1720 for your personal tour. Or, as always, you can log on to www.oaknall.com to learn more. 1-877-464-2957. Hawk Talk with Coach Bluder, presented by Oaknall, continues after the break on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
Touchdown! You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy one free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now, kids can eat free.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. The Hotel Kirkwood, named the Corridor Business Journal's 2022 Best Banquet and Event Venue. And awarded the AAA 4 Diamond Award for lodging. To make reservations, visit thehotelatkirkwood.com or call 877-751-5111 for more information.
The holidays are for making memories, and Honda can help you make them. Whether it's hauling presents in a capable Ridgeline, going sledding in an adventurous Pilot, or traveling in a rugged Passport or CR-V. Make memories during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer.
New Hondas are arriving daily at your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
See dealer for financing details.
Welcome back to Bumps at Finkbine. Hawk Talk on a Monday night with Coach Bluder. Appreciate everybody coming out once again. We'll be back next Monday as well. And with Iowa's victory over Nebraska on Saturday, 80-76. That's 7 in a row. The Hawkeyes have taken care of Nebraska. Been some terrific games, and Caitlin Clark's been a big part of many of those, and registered her 36th career double-double with 33 points, 12, and then 9 assists. So that's 2 games this year. She's missed out on a triple-double by either 1 assist or 1 rebound, and that's 5 straight triple-doubles and Big Ten Player of the Week.
Yes, really exciting for that. She was also named to the final, or the late season Nancy Lieberman watch. She did win the Nancy Lieberman Award last year, and both she and Monica are going to be named, is it past 5:30? Yeah, it's past 5:30.
It's out,
Yep, have been named to the late season Wooden Watch, which is the best player in the country. I'm really happy for Monica on that.
Deserves to be in that conversation.
Oh, she does. She really does. So happy for both of them on those honors today.
Now, what's that, the 36th Big Ten Player of the Week honor for Caitlin?
Is it really?
I think so.
Oh, my gosh.
4th all time now.
That's amazing. I did not know that. That's incredible. That's incredible.
Yeah, you bring it up, and it's a big deal. But it's like when Megan was here.
Yeah,
and
happened
Kathleen
a lot.
had a lot too.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Hate not to just say shrug your shoulders and let it go, even though it happens all the time.
Right.
It's still a big deal.
You're right.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a couple of callers. Karen from North Liberty. How are you this evening? I'm glad you got in today.
I'm fine. A little cold outdoors, but we can put up with that.
Oh, yeah.
Those were great games against Ohio and Nebraska. And I have a brother who lives in Ohio, and he is always thrilled to death when Iowa beats Ohio State in anything.
Yeah. A lot of Hawk fans are.
We can join that club.
He wears a lot of Iowa shirts, and I save him lots of them. But my question is, do you ever talk to your girls about listening to social media or reading it, or do you just tell them to ignore it? Some can be nasty and some very enlightening. And good luck on your next game, and let's keep that record of winning going on.
Yeah, I agree with you. And there was it was fun in Ohio State. You look around and a lot of red, but man, once in a while you see that black and gold in the crowd, and that's always really, really fun to see. Maybe one of them was Karin's brother.
I hope so.
You know, with the social media, that's a great question. We really try to get them not to read it or look at it. It just, because you can read 40 things that are really good about you, and then you read one bad thing, and you remember the one bad thing, and it makes you feel bad. And this person doesn't even have a face. They don't, you don't even know them. They don't know you. So I really advise our players, don't read it. Now the problem is with NIL now, name, image, and likeness, they have to build their brands, and I understand that. So they need to post on social media. So I'm like, post, but don't look. Don't look at how many likes you have. Don't look at how many comments. Certainly do not read the comments. It's just nothing good can be gained from reading those comments.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to navigate. Not for me, but for people that grew up with.
Yeah.
They don't know anything different, right?
Right.
I mean, if you're a teenager now or in college or even starting your professional career, you pretty much grew up this way and don't really know anything different. It's a tough thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not for me to stay off of it, but for a lot of people, a lot of young people,
it is hard.
Those phones are a big part of their life.
Yeah, it's very addictive, and I just don't want them to have their self-worth based on somebody else's opinion of them. They just don't need to have that. So whether it's good or bad, I mean, I don't want them to have overinflated egos either. And, nothing is ever as good as it seems. Nothing is ever as bad as it seems. And somewhere in between, reality falls. And so that's really what they need to remember. Just, I don't mind them posting on it. Just stay off of reading the comments.
Yeah, because you're right with the NIL.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to be on that. And
sure.
Instagram and things like that. You're paid to post.
To post, so they need to do that. And I understand that, yeah.
Karin, anything else?
No, and thank you very much. And I enjoy listening to you, Rob, and Jamie. And I enjoy Jamie's talk with Lisa afterwards in the locker room, because it really gives you an idea of how excited everything was and what your feeling is about everything. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Karin.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Good to see you on Saturday. Let's go to Des Moines and bring in Anthony. Anthony, how are you?
Pretty good, Rod. Coach, how you doing this evening?
Very good, thank you.
Coach, I have to say, before I get to my questions, I have to say, how about those Lady Hawkeyes? And I also do this talking to you as well, also, Coach. 2 questions I have applied for you. After each home game, do you let your players have autograph sessions that have fans come up to them and sign autographs after a home game? And another question I have for you, Coach. How are your former players that played for you back since 2014, 2016, like Megan Gustafson and Hannah Stewart, Nia Davis? What those 3 gals are doing now? And I'll hang up and listen, and go Hawks. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anthony. I don't know if our marketing department has any autograph sessions lined up. I think we've usually done it after one game, and we may have already done it. I really don't know. So that's something I can ask our marketing department to find out if we're planning to do one of those or if maybe it's already over. I'm not sure. Older players, we had our alumni game. We had 11 women come back, former Hawks, but there's actually a few more because Sue Beckwith was in the crowd. She didn't come to wasn't in the picture. I saw Gail Wadley was there, obviously working on our bench. So I know there was more there, but we had 11 that I saw in a picture today, 10 of them that I was able to coach. Always fun to see them back in Carver Hall. And Becca Gallery was back with Robert. Robert's being inducted into the College Hall of Fame for football, and I thought it was so cute. He was wearing number 45, Hannah Stalky's jersey. Like, that is so cool, isn't it? And he said to me, she's my favorite player. I love watching her. So that was really neat. 2 of Becca's girls had Monica Sonano jerseys on, and so they're just great people. And Becca was our first 4 years we were here, and just have always maintained that relationship with her, and really, really, really happy to see her coming from Lake Tahoe to visit us over the past weekend. Older players, Megan Gustafson, she's playing in Greece, doing a great job. The last couple of years, she's played in Hungary and Poland the last 3 years, and now in Greece this year. She said, I don't care if I have to take a little less money. I just need sunshine. So she went to Greece, and she is loving it, and she's doing great over there. They're playing in the EuroLeague right now, and she is just doing outstanding. So proud of her, so happy for her. Hannah Stewart has a little guy, about a year old now. And they're living up in Minneapolis. She works at a strength training facility. And Tania Davis is an assistant coach at University of Nebraska Omaha. So very excited for Tania. Always wanted to be a coach, and she's fulfilling that dream. So really happy for her.
Yeah, great path to her career. And Hannah Stewart was back, and
Chase Coley.
Yeah, both of them, obviously.
Mackenzie Meyer was back. Nicole Vanderpool was back. We had a great group. It was really neat. Yeah,
it was nice because Hannah's little boy was just running around crawling around at Carver after the game on the floor.
I'm surprised he's not. Ready. I'm surprised he's not doing like cleans already and stuff. With those two as parents.
Probably slipped into the weight room, no doubt about that. Yeah. You mentioned Sue Beckwith, who was there, obviously, celebrating a birthday tomorrow, actually, the date, and had a nice little celebration on Saturday. What an ambassador for the University of Iowa and women's basketball. Just a terrific person, and just loves it, doesn't she?
Yeah, there's not anybody better. I mean, Sue, has been there. She was a former Hawkeye. Obviously, her name is on the boathouse because she contributed to that. She has given a lot of money to the women's athletics at the University of Iowa, including endowing my position, but really has supported all women's athletics. And she loves all the other sports too. She's at every men's basketball game, football game. I mean, she's everything. She's just a huge fan, and she sits in that front row during our games, and just love having her a part of our program. And terrific terrific booster.
Yeah, and you think about, too, obviously the financial support is huge, but she's there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, every single game gets to go on some road trips as well. And I saw her at Ohio State in the fall at the football game. So, I mean, she is really a
She's
true
vested.
Hawkeye.
She is totally vested, and it's just so fun to see. And have somebody that's been so successful. Obviously, she went through our medical school here, and she's just had a great career, and she's giving back to Iowa now.
Yep, no doubt about that. So happy birthday to Sue.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, great to see her on Saturday. 1-877-464-2957, 1-877-GO Hawks. If you want to jump in the conversation, we've got more Hawk Talk with Coach Bluder on the way. When corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. What connections do you have to corn? These connections translate into wins for farmers and wins for all of Iowans. Share your winning moments using hashtag Iowans Win. We'll have more Hawk Talk presented by Oaknall on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its 4th year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy one free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now kids can eat free.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
The holidays are for making memories, and Honda can help you make them. Whether it's hauling presents in a capable Ridgeline, going sledding in an adventurous Pilot, or traveling in a rugged Passport or CRV. Make memories during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer.
New Hondas are arriving daily at your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
See dealer for financing details.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel, the Jill Armstrong Team, Wisconsin Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. Contact the Jill Armstrong Team, Wisconsin Realty, for all of your real estate needs. Call 319-631-5455.
Welcome back to Bumps as we continue Hawk Talk with Coach Bluder. As I mentioned at the top of the show, the Hawkeyes right there at the top of the Big Ten on the loss side. Now Indiana is 10-1, just played one more conference game. Iowa at 9-1, then Maryland, who is up 76-54 early in the fourth right now against Penn State. So Maryland after tonight will be 9-2. Ohio State has dropped 3 in a row since the loss to the Hawks a week ago. Illinois hanging in there at 7-4. Michigan at 7-4. Then Purdue at 6-5. And then you've got Nebraska right there in the middle of the pack at 4-6. And then Penn State, Michigan State at 3-7. Rutgers at 3-8. Penn State about to go 3-8. Minnesota at 2-8. Same with Wisconsin, and then Northwestern picked up its first Big Ten victory. Now stand at 1-9. Purdue defeats Ohio State yesterday, 73-65. Indiana was all over Rutgers, 91-68. Northwestern beat Wisconsin by 3. Michigan won at Minnesota, 77-41. And Illinois.
Wait, what was that last one?
It says 77-41.
Who was it, though?
Michigan over Minnesota.
Yeah.
Then Illinois with a home victory against Michigan State, 86-76. So a little bit of a divide.
Purdue is making a little run here, though. They had a great week. It took them into, I believe, receiving votes for this week.
Won 3 in a row.
Yeah, and including at Illinois, at Ohio State, and I'm not sure who the other one was, but yeah, they're kind of surging a little bit right now. Ohio State obviously took a little bit of a tumble after we beat them, because then they lost 3 in a row, and so 2 of those were at home as well. So that was kind of a little bit shock to them. Maryland seems like they're rolling, obviously coming into Carver on Thursday night, and we need a great crowd to help us with that game because it is going to be a tough one. Maryland's always been pretty physical, does a good job defensively, force a lot of turnovers, that sort of thing. So playing on your home court and having that crowd behind you is really important.
Yeah, this should be a terrific atmosphere.
Yeah.
You've got a top 10 matchup, national television, as you
we
mentioned.
got Rebecca Lobo coming to town, Holly Rose coming to town. So it's going to be a really fun environment, I think.
Well, let's head back to the phones. We've got 3 callers on hold. Let's go to Conrad and bring in BJ. BJ, how are you?
I'm great. Happy Monday, Coach. Happy Monday, Rob.
Thank you.
I had a quick comment and then a question. My comment is having worked in the medical field in Des Moines, everything that was said about Dr. Beckwith couldn't be more spot on, but more than bleeding black and gold, she has a servant's heart the size of none that I've ever met in healthcare.
Wow.
So what a great woman to have worked alongside back in Des Moines. So very lucky to have her on our team.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that, though, BJ.
Yeah. My second question, having attended most every home game, we've really seen Hannah Stolke mature quite quickly, and I just wondered how that's played in being able to play so deep into your bench early in the game and find those combinations that allow you to match up with each individual team a whole lot better than you could have ever expected.
Yeah, Hannah's development has been great since the beginning of the year. I mean, really, now she's our first backup at the 5 and the 4 position, and that's given her, a lot more minutes because she's backing up both of those positions. And really, in the last few games, been getting up over 20. One of our better rebounders, doing a great job at the free throw line now. I'm really proud of her because she's worked really, really hard at her free throws, and she can beat people off the bounce. She's explosive in the fast break transition. I know that Caitlin is loving it when she sees Hannah go out there. Man, Hannah just puts on the jets, and we had the most beautiful pass in practice today. It was like, I wish everybody could have seen it because it was so beautiful. We practiced it against our practice squad, and Hannah just took off, and Caitlin laid it right into her hands in rhythm. It was just beautiful. So that's the type of things that we get to see every day, and Hannah Stolke is just getting better and better and better.
Absolutely. Thanks, Coach, and go Hawks.
Thanks, BJ.
BJ, thank you. And make it look so easy. That is not an easy pass to make, as you well know.
It's not. And just when you watch Hannah, her explosiveness when she decides to go, it's just so much fun.
Yeah, that is a terrific combination, no doubt about it. Yeah. And then also, too, with the 4 and 5, you could think in basketball terms, well, that's about the same. Not in your offense.
Well, it's not really in our offense, but we're trying to get Hannah a little bit more on the block, even if she's at the 4 position, which is different from our offense, like you said. But I do feel like sometimes, when she's playing the 5, she can bring out a slower person and beat them off the bounce. And sometimes when she's playing the 4, she can post them up. So, yeah, we're just trying to use her versatility a little bit.
Let's go back to the phones. And Gary in Bettendorf, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great. Can you hear me all right?
You bet. Perfect.
The first thing I want to say is I heard Gary Dolphin say that Coach Bluder made the first basket in women's basketball when she played for UNI at Carver. So
yeah,
I thought that was kind of interesting.
1983.
Right?
January of 83. We lost the game, though, Gary. We lost the game. The Iowa Hawks won, and I was playing for the other team.
Okay, well, I heard you talking about recruiting earlier. And about a month ago, I saw in the paper you got a 6'4" recruit from Oregon coming in and a 5'9" recruit from Wisconsin, but I think they were class of 24.
Mm-hmm.
And my question with recruiting was, UCLA had the #1 recruiting class in the nation. Now USC got the top player in the nation. Are UCLA and USC going to help us with recruiting down the road, coming to the Big Ten? And then my other question is about Caitlin Clark, her rebounding. What makes her such a good rebounder? It seems like she jumps up, and just out of nowhere, she's got the rebound.
Yeah,
he's right.
She's a phenomenal rebounding guard. You're right, Gary. Yeah. I can't talk about the 24s that have committed to us, but we have expanded to the West Coast a little bit more. I said Jan's in Phoenix tonight. I've been to L.A. We've been to Oregon. Now that we're going to be playing out there, we feel like it has opened up the door a little bit more for us to go out there and recruit. And so we are looking at those areas more than we have been in the past, and are really happy with some of the interest that we're getting from that area. Caitlin, as far as rebounding, that girl just wants the ball in her hands, right? And she knows that if she gets that defensive rebound, she can start transition offense to the other end. So she kind of has a knack for finding that ball in defense and getting it in her hands so she can push in transition, which, again, she is so good in transition. And, again, I think that's probably one of the reasons why we're not ranked #1 in the country in our transition offense. We play at a fast rate, but also we're producing. We score 1.21 points every time we transition offense, which is #1 in the country. So a lot of that is because of Caitlin.
Yeah, it's just amazing. A missed shot, and all of a sudden she's got the ball on the baseline, and off we go.
Yeah.
Let's go to Knoxville and bring in Dan before we take a break. Dan, how are you?
I have a question for you, Coach. Has Chicago gotten her ball from the 2,000 point yet?
Monica, yes, she has.
Okay, I've been wondering about that, if she ever received it.
Yes, she did receive it, absolutely.
All right, that girl can really play ball.
Yes, she can. She's outstanding.
What is the condition of Warnock? Is she going to be, when she'll be able to play again?
Yeah, Dan, you're great question. I wish I knew. She really is day-to-day. Hasn't practiced yet. Hopefully, Thursday, but who knows? Again, we haven't seen her on the court yet, so it's one of those things that she needs time to heal, and we're trying to keep her in shape, condition-wise, so that when she does come back, at least she'll have her legs still. But it's just an unfortunate injury that happened to her at Michigan State.
Yeah, I have her picture on my wall in my bedroom.
That might be more information than we need to know, Dan.
I have all 5 of them.
Okay.
All right, Dan. Appreciate
Talk
it.
to you later.
Bye.
Sounds good. One thing with McKenna, obviously you like to have anybody that comes back practice a little bit before you jump right in. But a veteran,
she's a veteran.
Mid-season,
that does help.
Yeah.
Sure, that helps. And it is mid-season, like you say. So all those things help. But you just don't want them to lose their conditioning or shooting touch and all those sort of things. It's not like we've changed up our offenses or defenses when she's been out. She's just missed some reps and some, like going over the scout today. She missed all that on the court. So hopefully, we'll get her back. But again, I'm not saying she'll be back for sure.
Well, spring is right around the corner. We got a lot of basketball obviously left, but want to make sure that you know that it's time for Iowa baseball around the corner. Coach Heller and the Hawkeyes will host 27 games, including multiple Big Ten weekend series. So come on out to the ballpark. Season tickets to custom mini plans we've got just the ticket package for you. Plan your day at Dwayne Banks Field by visiting HawkeyeSports.com. Iowa basketball also brought to you by Bud Light. Bud Light proudly welcomes back Hawkeye fans to Carver. We want to see you on Thursday for Iowa, Maryland. Bud Light is for the fans. More Hawk Talk. Appreciate everybody calling in tonight with Coach Bluder, presented by Oaknall, continues after this on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Handling all of your exterior needs from roofing, siding, windows, and gutters, they've got you covered. Providing free damage inspections and help filing insurance claims. Call 319-343-6376.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy one free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now, kids can eat free.
The holidays are for making memories, and Honda can help you make them. Whether it's hauling presents in a capable Ridgeline, going sledding in an adventurous Pilot, or traveling in a rugged Passport or CR-V. Make memories during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer.
New Hondas are arriving daily at your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
See dealer for financing details.
Back at Bumps at Finkbine Golf Course for Hawk Talk. Appreciate everybody as always tuning in. Great to hear from all of our great fans and people that are at the games that certainly come out here and also listen on Monday nights. And we'll be back right here next Monday for Hawk Talk. Will be our first February show. So here we go for February basketball, and it's certainly going to be a fun month. Other games this week in the Big Ten. Ohio State is at Wisconsin on Wednesday, and Indiana at Minnesota. So a road game for the Hoosiers. And then Thursday, 4 games. Illinois is at Michigan. That'll be a good one. Northwestern at Penn State, and also Michigan State at Nebraska. But the headliner, of course, Maryland and Iowa. Coach Caffey had sent in a question last week that we didn't get to, and kind of ties into you getting around to different schools, different states, recruiting the shot clock in high school basketball now here in the state of Iowa, and not quite maybe half the states in the country. Have you seen much difference?
I love the shot
no?
clock. I really do. And I'm so glad that Iowa is one of the first to put it in high school. Again, again, it's Iowa leading the way in basketball. I love it. I just was in Illinois last week. They did not have a shot clock, and they could have really used one at the game that I was watching. Ohio doesn't have a shot clock. So it's interesting to me. But I'm just really glad that we do have a shot clock. And it just helps these kids, play. I don't know. Nobody likes to sit and watch a stall. Nobody really enjoys that, and it really gives you more offensive, possessions when you have a shot clock. So it's 35 seconds here in the state, and I think it's a really good amount.
Yeah, most are either 30 or 35, and it comes into play as in your game, obviously, at the end of quarters situations like that. But you're right. You can't sit out there with a 12-point lead midway through the fourth quarter and just pass the ball around the perimeter.
Yeah, nobody really wants to watch that, and so I'm really glad that we have one, and so hooray for Iowa putting that in.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been fun to watch. And as far as focus on recruiting when you're out now, what classes are you looking at, positions, things of that nature?
Yeah, we're wrapping up the 24 class. We really just have one probably scholarship left in that class, and so that's kind of getting down to the wire. So we're looking really now at 25s, a lot of 25s, which are sophomores in high school, and some 26s, which are freshmen. So we're out there kind of looking at all of them, but 24s are almost wrapped up.
As far as transfers, do you get a lot of information from players at other schools that might be interested in coming here, or how does that kind of work for the most part?
That really happens really fast at the end of the year. And like right now, that's not really what people are focusing on. They're focusing on finishing up their year. So as soon as their year is over, that's when they'll be entering the transfer portal, which we have somebody assigned to look at that every single day to see who's entering the transfer portal. It really becomes pretty tricky, and a lot of people have already made up their minds before they go in the transfer portal where they're going to go, and that's kind of like the behind-the-scenes work of AAU coaches and that sort of thing that are negotiating those type of things. But it's not something that we've used a lot. Again, Molly Davis was really good for us, but it's something we certainly want to look at, and something that we have to be aware of that our players could enter as well at the end of the year. So, we just have to keep recruiting your own players. Hope that your culture is good enough that even if they're maybe not playing as many minutes as they want to, they just want to be a part of it and want to be a part of a great program that's challenging for Big Ten titles and get to play in front of a great crowd and be around a really amazing group of young women. So you hope that is, because sometimes, freshmen come in and they expect to play a whole bunch right away. Well, that happens for Caitlin Clark. She's one of the top players in the country, but it doesn't happen for everybody. You look at Monica Sonano, hardly played her freshman year. And now she's, one of the best in the United States. But, somebody like Hannah Stewart, who went through and really didn't play a whole lot her first 3 years. And then her senior year, she's a starter, and she was on the all-tournament team for the Big Ten championship. So those are the stories you kind of like to see. And, it's getting harder and harder to get kids to commit to staying around when they're not getting the playing time that they all think they deserve.
Not necessarily for your program, but as college basketball as a whole, with the transfer portal and things like that, has it hurt the high school player and some of their opportunities, do you think?
Well, I think, it could. And definitely the COVID year that people took, locked up scholarship opportunities for people coming out of high school that maybe would have had more opportunities had those players graduated. And I think that's why you see such a good women's basketball product right now, is because women they don't leave early and go into the NBA. Your top men's players are leaving and going into the NBA after 1 year, maybe 2 years. But your top women's players are staying for 4 years. And so, that's pretty exciting, right? You get to watch the best players continue to get better and better and better, and you get name recognition and you get fan recognition of these great players. And I think it makes our game, just really fun, because you get to know these kids and they get better and they stick around.
No doubt about it. We'll be back. Remaining moments with Coach Bluder as we will continue on Hawk Talk on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
Love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. The Hotel Kirkwood, named the Corridor Business Journal's 2022 Best Banquet and Event Venue. And awarded the AAA 4 Diamond Award for lodging. To make reservations, visit thehotelatkirkwood.com or call 877-751-5111 for more information.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever.
Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda. IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy one free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now, kids can eat free.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
That wraps up Hawk Talk for another week. Don't forget, come on out to Carver Hawkeye Arena on Thursday, Iowa and Maryland. 7:30 tip ought to be a great one. Thanks to Coach Bluder, and thanks for everybody for coming out for Hawk Talk. We'll talk to you on Thursday night.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, this has been Hawk Talk with Lisa Bluder, presented by Oak Knoll, an active life care community. Also brought to you by Bud Light, it's for the fans. Hy-Vee, score big savings at HyVeeDeals.com. U.S. Bank, proud to support Iowa basketball. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Honda, to see how Honda crushes the competition, see your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. And by Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit IALottery.com for details. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.